Have you ever felt lost? Standing at a crossroads in life, not knowing what comes next? Everyone around you seems to have clear goals. They're moving forward, they're shining. But you, in the midst of that noise, you're drowning in doubt. Who am I? Where am I going? We live in a world of comparison. Social media is full of perfect stories, scenes of success, of achievement, of travel. But few share the struggles behind the scenes, the sleepless nights, the hidden failures, the moments of quiet confusion. You look at others' success and silently ask, why not me? You see others laughing joyfully and you blame yourself for feeling empty. But your life is not a race with anyone else. It's a journey to rediscover yourself. No one else can live it for you. No one knows you like you do. This very moment, you are standing at a beginning. You don't need to be the fastest. You just need to be someone who doesn't stop moving. Let me ask you, have you ever woken up, placed your hand over your heart and said, today I will find who I truly am? Or are you still letting the voices of others define your worth? Do you know your strengths? Do you know your weaknesses? Have you accepted them? Or are you still denying them? You're afraid to be wrong? Afraid to fail? Afraid of being left behind? Know this. People give up because they fear judgment. People hesitate because they fear they're not good enough. People get lost because they ignore the path they were born to walk. You don't have to be like them. You weren't born to please them. You were born to live true to yourself. Focusing on yourself is not selfish. It's how you respect your life. Every step you take is an answer. Every day you dare to move forward is a victory. Are you ready? Clear the noise. Let go of personal comparisons. Silence negative voices. Release pressure from the outside. And place your hand over your heart. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Inhale, awakening. Exhale, release the fear. The strongest people aren't those who've never been weak. They're the ones who know how to rise after every fall. Have you fallen? That's okay. It's not the end. But don't stay there. Stand up. Even if you don't know the next step, don't stay still. Because behind every small step, there's your own inner voice whispering, I'm still here. I'm not giving up. Remind yourself each day, I am better than I was yesterday. That's enough. No one needs more than that. You don't need anyone to validate you. You don't need applause. You only need one thing, to realize you are worthy of your own love. Focus on yourself, and you'll see. You have the strength to begin again. You have the courage to stand tall. You have the faith to keep going. When you begin changing from within, trust me, the world around you will change with your perspective. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be honest with who you are. What do you need? You need to rise, breathe, and keep walking. What do you need? You need courage to let go of meaningless comparisons. What do you need? You need to look in the mirror once and say, today I choose to live with love for myself. Because once you love yourself, you'll know how to live true to your values. You are on a journey. Don't give up. Don't compare. Don't get lost. Focus. Focus on yourself, and you will find yourself again. This moment is your beginning. I am tired of myself. When you say you're sick and tired, that's the facilitator of change. That's when you're ready to say, no more excuses. No more excuses. I've never met a successful person who lacked self-discipline. Self-discipline, the ability to stay on schedule, keep commitments, and meet deadlines, is essential to success. None of us can afford a life controlled by others or our emotions. Years ago, I learned there are two types of people: those who wait to feel like doing something before they do it, and those who do it so they feel like it. The first group accomplishes little. The second understands that action precedes feeling. Self-discipline is essential for achieving our goals. This weekend, I challenge you to ask yourself, am I practicing self-discipline? Am I doing what I need to do, or am I waiting to feel motivated? If you don't know this quote, live by it. One can have no smaller or greater mastery than mastery over oneself. That's Leonardo da Vinci. Da Vinci accomplished amazing things, and I want to do the same. If I can construct my belief system, choosing at any moment to believe something more empowering, it will influence my actions and enable me to do things I couldn't before. It's like that moment in The Matrix when Neo realizes he knows Kung Fu. Life's fundamental purpose is to acquire useful skills and use them in service of something greater than ourselves. Stop comparing yourselves to others. Focus on becoming the best version of you. You deserve success as much as anyone else. Next, learn the language of success. Speak it with ease. Surround yourselves with successful people and immerse yourselves in a culture of achievement. The ideal death, someone said, is surrounded by loved ones praying. Imagine, though, facing your deathbed, surrounded by the ghosts of unrealized dreams, unused talents, and unacted upon ideas. They stare at you angrily saying, "We came to you, and only you could have given us life, and now we must die with you forever." What dreams, ideas, talents, books, music, leadership, and voices will die with you? Miles Monroe said the wealthiest place isn't the Far East or South Africa. It's the cemetery, filled with unrealized potential. Perhaps that's why Henry David Thoreau wrote, "Oh God, to reach the point of death, only to realize that you've never lived." Maybe that's why someone wrote, "What if you live your whole life only to discover that it was wrong, that you were chosen to do something else, and you didn't do it?" Repeat after me, live full, die empty. Think about your personal, professional, and social goals. How many of you are serious about your goals and dreams? Pause for response. Thank you. How many don't want to take your dreams to your grave? Pause for response. Very good. Shake hands with those around you, look them in the eyes and say, "Get out of your head and step into your greatness." Do it now, please. Say it together. It's possible. Write that down. As an entrepreneur of 21 years, I spent 14 years living in my head, limiting myself. I could have been speaking and training for 34 years, but for 14 years, I stopped myself. I used to see Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, Jack Canfield, Mark Victor Hansen, and T. Harv Eker. My heart would say, I can do that, but my mind would ask, how? In 5th grade, I was labeled EMR, educable mentally retarded. I failed again in 8th grade. I have no college degree. But Mr. Leroy Washington changed my life. He saw my potential, not my limitations. He made me realize someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. He saw me for what I could be, not what I was. We built a relationship, and his belief in me changed everything. As you think about your goals and dreams, remember, if anyone can live their dream, you can too. My mistake was going from my heart to my mind and staying there for 14 years. Those years are gone. My mission now is to help others avoid that procrastination. How many have procrastinated on something you wanted to do? Pause for response. A proverb says, "If there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm." Convince yourselves, sell yourselves on your possibilities. Every seminar, workshop, book, and speaker has interrupted my limiting beliefs. Everything matters. At 63, I know that. T. Harv Eker is right. How you do anything is how you do everything. My choices were based on how I saw myself. Let's say together. It's necessary. Write it down. It's necessary to have a strategy to change your self-belief. It's an ongoing process. What we accomplish is a result of the story we believe about ourselves. My favorite book says, "Be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." I'm still growing, still learning, still stepping into a new story. I'm still developing. I'm like the woman who said, "Lord, I ain't what I want to be, ain't what I'm going to be, but thank God I sure ain't what I was." But I realized that you have to work on yourself regularly, cultivating a strong mental mindset and stamina, because life throws curveballs. I believe most people die with their talents and abilities untapped, because, firstly, many are like me. They didn't know what they didn't know and thought they knew everything. I thought I knew myself, but I truly didn't. I've discovered that sometimes others can guide us to places within ourselves we can't reach alone. Another reason for my stagnation was fear. I'd always wanted to speak to major corporations, but I was terrified of being exposed due to my lack of a college education. I felt inferior, crippled by this perceived inadequacy. I let that fear of failure paralyze me. Because I lacked experience, I assumed I was incapable. I focused on my limitations instead of recognizing my unique strengths. You have something special. There's something you want to do. Not knowing how doesn't mean you can't learn. I love this quote. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Repeat after me. Please leave and grow your wings on the way down. See the people who live their dreams, the 2% who do. Write this down. They are risk takers. They don't mind failing. They don't mind making mistakes. They're willing to embrace life fully. As God said, if you're not willing to risk, you cannot grow. And if you cannot grow, you cannot become your best. And if you cannot become your best, you can't be happy. And if you can't be happy, then what else is there? I love what Helen Keller said. Life is short and unpredictable. Eat the dessert first.